advice, timely advice. Sage do have some products. Brendan mentioned earlier that they have a lot of technology that can help. So not just Sage Line 50, but that can feed into wind forecasts. So either you yourselves or certainly your accountants can use that to more easily present some forecasts to be part of the information that you've got to do. You've got to get on the people who are in there. Your market knowledge and success. Say why you're going to be a good risk. You've got to show that you've got well thought out plans. You also need to show that you've thought about the downside. What might go wrong? To show that you're unlikely to be surprised by something that might come along. That will certainly impress banks. And as I said, make sure it's a sensible time frame for your repayments. Don't have surprises. The best way to treat information that you give to a bank is to under-promise and over-deliver. A bank likes nothing worse than being told, we're going to get this much cash in the next 3 months, and then 3 months' time goes, well, it was only that much. Far, far better to forecast that you're going to get that much cash in the hope that you do get that much cash in. So never over-promise, preferably under-promise, and then over-deliver. Really impresses the banks. And if the worst thing happens, I think there's a miss out of that one. If the worst case scenario does come round, then make sure you've thought about a plan B. And hopefully, the plan B won't come down to needing that a bank realise its security and its assets. Now, I am going to be around for a good part of the rest of today in the business growth area. That was the first sort of something about area. So if any of you want to come and talk to me about any specifics, I'm happy to discuss those with you. As I said at the start, I can't promise to make a bad case good, but I'm happy to talk to you how you might make a good case even better. Now, I was going to run through, I'm conscious that I stand between you and lunch, which might be available any moment now. But I am now able to have a look at the results of our survey. Sounds like it might almost be.
We're processing the results actually. Let me go through.
Technology as it happens, before your eyes. If this was Blue Peter, we'd have one that would prepared early. That would have impressed you even more perhaps, unless there was visible sticky broadcast that kind of. So these are the questions. We said, have you cut costs? Yep, almost 70% of you have been actively cutting costs. Have you been more careful with capital expenditure? And that is where I talked about perhaps actively deciding not to take an opportunity presented itself to you or deferring it. Just over 40% of you did that. Have you monitored your cash flow more closely than that? There's 14% of you being a bit slapped actually. Because everybody should be watching your cash. Have you introduced better reporting of finances? Again, over 40% of you have done that. Good. That's very good because information is knowledge. I forget, there was a character on Coronation Street, that was his zip line, wasn't it? Information is power or knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I loved him, whoever he was. And then question 6, if you have introduced better reporting, is it long-term? I'm glad to see over 80% of you are happy that having got this extra information, you think you're going to keep it for the long term, because knowledge is power. Great, and I want to leave you... Oh, sorry, I forgot these last questions. Okay, so we're split on that one. Some of you are happy that your bank's still got a relationship with you. Just as many are less happy. Question 8.
Okay, this is where we are actually.
Okay.
Processing results.
Technology didn't rank you that. Can we go to the last slide, which has a few words from various people? Do take these to heart. I think they're not only wise words, they're sound words, especially for these current times. Always review costs and keep them to a minimum. Don't spend where you don't need to, but appreciate the value of things, not the cost of things. Okay, cheap isn't necessarily better. Make sure you're getting good value. So recognise that you can do things more efficiently and that you can be more cost effective. But the main one that I'm sure you've all heard, cash is king, and the need for good cash flow is crucial. Again this morning, Brendan said that when he was in a small business, and I know this feeling only too well, the main target every month was to make sure you got enough to pay the salaries come payday. And I remember that myself, I could always relax once we had enough in the bank that the salaries could go through. Sometimes it was as much as a week before payday and everything was all right. Remember that cash is a vital resource, but also it's a limited resource. You haven't got oodles of cash unless you won the lottery recently. So don't tie it up unnecessarily. So that's why I feel it's important that you match length of finance with an asset, so that you're not tying up short-term cash resources unnecessarily. And when you're seeking finance, make sure that you've got a clear, well thought out, robust business plan. And especially, be able to demonstrate that you can withstand the downside of any of your projections. Very important that you can get across to whoever you're looking to lend your money that you have thought of what if the sky is not blue all the day? What if it rains? What if your customers don't come? What if something goes wrong? What if ash takes off from a volcano? EasyJet missed that one, I think. So that's it. I realise that we are now at lunchtime. Unless there's a pressing question, thank you very much for coming and paying attention. And as I said earlier, if you have got some questions, I'll be happy to take them over in the business growth area. But thanks very much for your attention. We'll see you all later.
I just add on to that, we do actually have a free lunch provided, and it is actually in the main hall. You can get your lunch bags, and then you can wander around and go to the hall. We've got a session start at 12:12. Just after that, to also keep, we do actually have a growth section with the team of business advisors and obviously give you like more advice. Thanks, then.